Assalamualaikum students. All of you first open your grammar books. We were doing the last exercise. Let's revise page number 11. All of you open your grammar books first. Let's revise and then we will start our reader work. Yesterday we completed till exercise D. Now we have to start from exercise E. Write whether the underlined words in these sentences are demonstrative, interrogative, or relative pronouns. All of you know demonstrative pronouns are this, that, these, and those, if it is used to point out at something. Interrogative is used in asking question. Relative pronouns which relate to a noun in a sentence or any pronoun in a sentence. So relative pronouns are who, whom, whose, that, and which. Okay. So who will do the first sentence? Yes, Musaf.
Mr. Bloch is the man about whom I was telling you yesterday.
Which pronoun? Whom?
Relative.
Relative. Very good. Correct answer. Relative pronouns. Okay. Musaf, do the second one as well.
This is the house in which I used to live earlier. Demonstrative.
Very good. Demonstrative. That is correct. Okay. Number 3. Yes. Who will do number 3? All the other students didn't attend the class yesterday. That is why people don't know. Yes, most of you can do it.
If you had to choose one of these two shirts, which would you pick? Interrogative.
Interrogative. Good. Yes, some other student will try. Ali Hassan. Ji Ali Hassan, unmute. Unmute your mic. And all the boys, keep your cameras on, beta. Keep your cameras on. Yes, Tabeen. There is no sign of mic. Yes, Musaf, Ali Hassan, Subhan, Mudassir. It's number 11, page number 11, page number 11 of grammar book. I've lost the diary that I bought yesterday. That is the relative pronoun. This is Dania and that is her sister. Over here, that is used for pointing out. So that is demonstrative pronouns. Students, I explained pronouns on Monday as well as yesterday, but you people were not present. Now I cannot do anything, so you have to see the lecture in order to understand. Briefly, I can tell you that pronoun is used in place of a noun like he, she, it, they, him, her, we, us. These are all pronouns. We did different types of pronouns like personal pronouns, which are used for a person like I, you, we, him, her. Then we did demonstrative pronouns. Demonstrative pronouns are used to point at someone or something. Okay? For example, if I say, this is my house, that is the boy, uh, this is a nice painting, you are pointing at something. Demonstrative pronouns are 4 in number. This, that, these, and those. This, that, these, and those. Okay? These are the demonstrative pronouns. Then we read about relative pronouns. Relative pronouns are used to relate to the subject in the sentence. These are 5 in number. Who, whose, whom, which, and that. Now you people have to go through the definition, okay, so that you can understand it in a better manner. Who, whose, whom, which, and that. These are the relative pronouns, and Sometimes they are used to join the two main clauses. For example, this is the purse which was lost yesterday. So which is the relative pronoun, and this is the purse, it was lost yesterday. It has joined the two clauses, subordinate clause and the main clause. Okay. Then we did indefinite pronouns. Indefinite pronouns when you don't know the identity, like who has done it. Somebody, someone, all, everybody, everyone, none, something, anything, nothing. These are all indefinite pronouns. These are all indefinite pronouns. Okay. Then we did interrogative pronouns. Interrogative pronouns are the pronouns which are used to ask questions. Okay, students. Now this is the last exercise left. I'm giving you 2 minutes time. Fill in the blanks. Then I'm going to ask you. Okay. If you have done, please raise your hand. All of you. Beta, we have to start a reader. We have to finish Miss Ranchur. One pronoun which you will also use is reflexive pronouns, in which we put self or selves, himself, herself, themselves, ourselves, myself, yourself, yourselves. Okay? G. First one, Maria Muji. G beta. Do the first one. Maria Muji. Unmute your mic and all the boys turn on your cameras. And unmute your mic. Yes, Tabeen. G. Mariam, do the first one.
What do we have to do?
You have to fill in the blanks with any pronoun. Reflexive pronoun, demonstrative pronoun like he, him, himself, themselves, I, you, we, us, according to the sentence. The little boy dusted.
Mama came early today and said to me, you see, today I have come on time."
No, it's exercise F. Can you see? Exercise F. Exercise F. Okay, page 11. For example, the little boy dusted himself. The little boy dusted himself. Okay, the action goes back to the little boy. We use the pronoun he for the little boy, and because it is using at the end, so we are going to put him with self, himself. Number 2. G. Who will do number 2? Yes, Musaf.
He dash told dash the secret. He himself
Correct.
told her the secret.
Anything you can put. He himself told them the secret. He himself told her the secret. He himself told him the secret. Any objective pronoun you can put. G. Number 3. Tabin. Beta, when I call your name, you have to unmute your mic and you have to tell the answer. They dash are responsible for all the luggage. Tabin. Turn on your camera, Ali Hassan. Tabin. G. Nehal. G. Nehal. Class 7th, when you come to school, you will also stay in the same manner. The teacher will keep asking and you will stay quiet. Will you be able to mute yourselves in the class also? Why you are not listening to the teacher? If the teacher is saying, you have to tell the answer. Write down the answers. The little boy dusted himself. He himself told her the secret or them the secret. They themselves are responsible for all the luggage. I have narrated to him all my tales of adventure, but he was not paying any attention to me at all. Didn't I tell you that I will teach you how to skateboard? He said that he was responsible for the mistake. They wondered why we were the only ones who had come to the party. Dash who were present there were excited. We have to put any indefinite pronoun because it is in plural subverb, so we are going to put all. All who were present there were excited. Dash knocked at the door. Somebody knocked at the door. My parents and I is the right option. The captain told his two teammates, you and I. Yesterday I told you whenever there is second person pronoun you have to put you before. You and I, you and Tariq, you and Jamil, you and her, you and him. We will never put him and you, I and you, me and you. No. You have to put you before and the other person afterwards. Okay? So wherever it is you have to bring it in the start. The captain told his teammates, you and I will work together as a family. Teacher has asked you and Manahil to meet her after class. Ma'am wants to ask you and her about the project. Wherever there is you have to put it before. So this chapter is completed. Now many students except Musaf and one girl Kinza, they have attended the class. The rest of the students didn't attend this class. Now you go through the video or YouTube or you read this chapter. When we will finish our all grammar chapters, then I'm going to revise. And I want all the students to be present in the revision days so that whatever is missed, you can cover up your losses. Okay. Now you have to open your readers. Miss Trunchbull. From here, when Miss Honey entered the study, it's page number 77. Page number 77. Start reading. Yes, Musaf. All of you, please open your books, your readers, page number 77. When Miss Honey on the screen, you can see when Miss Honey entered the study, Miss Trunchbull was standing beside her huge desk with a look of scowling impatience on her face. Yes, Mustaf, start reading. And side by side, I'll explain it, so please keep on writing down the meanings.
When Miss Honey entered the study, Miss Trunchbull was standing beside her huge desk with a look of scowling impatience on her face. Yes, Miss Honey, she said. What is it you want? You're looking very flushed and flustered this morning. What's the matter with you? Have those little stinkers been flicking spitballs at you? No, headmistress, nothing like that. Well, what is it then? Get on with it. I'm a I'm a busy woman. As she spoke, she reached out and poured herself a
Poured
poured
herself.
poured herself a glass of water from a jug that was always on her desk.
Now, Musaf, what is herself? Which pronoun? Which type of pronoun herself? You don't know? In which type of pronoun we put self or selves? Reflexive pronoun. Okay, so when Miss Honey entered the study, Miss Trunchbull, she was standing beside her huge desk, and she was having a scowling expression on her face, like I, her expressions were full of anger and like she's in a bad mood. And then she started asking Miss Honey that what is it? You are looking disturbed today. You are looking like you are disturbed by something and you are moving here and there. What's the matter? Have those little stinkers. Stinkers means something which gives bad smell. Okay, who is a stinker? Person or thing that smells very bad. So she said that have those little stinkers. Who are the little stinkers? She is calling to the little kids, the children. Been throwing spitballs at you? Obviously no, the Miss Honey said. Then she said, okay then, what is it? Start reading. There's a little girl.
There is a little girl in my class called Matilda Bombwood. Miss Honey began. That's the
Began.
daughter of the began. That's the daughter of the man who owns Wormwood Motors in the village. Miss Trunchbull barked. She hardly ever spoke in a normal voice. She either barked or shouted. An excellent person, Wormwood, she went on. I was in there only yesterday. He sold me a car, almost new, only done 10,000 miles. Previous owner was an old lady who took it out once a year at the most. A terrific
Bargain.
bargain. Bargain. Yes, I like Wormwood, a real pillar of our
Pillar,
society.
pillar,
Pillar
pillar
of
of
uh, pillar
our
of our
society.
society. He told me that the daughter was a bad lot too. He said to watch her. He said if anything bad ever happened in the school, it was certain to be his daughter who did it. I haven't met the little brat yet, but she will know about it when I do. Her father said she's a real ward. Oh
Okay.
no,
Okay, Musaf. Now, students, so before Miss Honey would be able to tell anything about Matilda, Miss Trunchbull started telling her about Mr. Wormwood. So that's the daughter of the man who owns Wormwood Motors in the village. She hardly ever spoke in a normal voice. She either barked or shouted. So Miss Trunchbull never spoke like a normal human being. She always barked. Okay, an excellent person, Wormwood. So she was saying Mr. Wormwood an excellent person because she bought a car from him and she was thinking that it was an excellent car, almost new, only done 10,000 miles. All of you know that how Mr. Wormwood made the hundreds miles into just thousands miles. Previous owner was an old lady who took it out once a year at the most, a terrific bargain. Yes, I like Mr. Wormwood, a real pillar of our society. So she says that Mr. Wormwood is a very nice gentleman and he's a useful member of the society, and he sold me a car. It is almost a new car, and only a lady drove it. Only it was used by an old lady. And she said that he told me that his daughter was a bad girl, and he also told her to watch her. He said if anything bad ever happened in the school, it was certain to be his daughter. So he said to Miss Trunchbull that if anything bad would ever happen in the school, his daughter would be responsible for that thing. I haven't met the little brat yet, but she'll know about it when I do. Her father and said she's a real wart. Wart is a kind of infection which grows on your skin. A small hard growth on the skin. Write down the meaning. A small infection which grows on your skin. Oh no, headmistress, that can't be right, Miss Honey cried. Yes. Yes, Mariam Muji.
Oh yes, Miss Honey. It darn well it is right. In fact, now I come to think of it, I bet it was she who put that stink bomb under my desk here first thing this morning. The place stank
Sure,
of
sure.
like a sewer. Of course, it was her. I shall have her for that. You say if I don't, what she look like? Nasty little worm. I'll be bound. I have discovered, Miss Honey, during my long career as a teacher that a bad
Career. Career, beta, career. Career.
as teacher that a bad girl is a far more dangerous creature than a
Preacher.
bad
Preacher.
teacher, than a bad boy. What's more, they're much harder to squash. Squashing a bad girl is like trying to squash a blue bottle. You bang on it and the darn thing isn't there. Nasty dirty things. Little girls are. Glad I never was one. Oh, but you must have been a little girl once, headmistress. Surely you were. Not for long anyway. Miss Constable barked, grinning. I became a woman very quickly. She's completely off her rocker. Miss Honey told herself. She's balmy as a bedbug. Miss Honey stood resolutely
Resolutely. Resolutely.
for once he was not going to be broken. I must tell you, headmistress, he said, that you are completely mistaken about Matilda putting a stink bomb under your desk. I am never mistaken, Miss Honey. But Miss Headmistress, the child only arrived in school this morning and came straight to the classes. Don't argue with me. For heaven's sake, woman, this little brute, Matilda or whatever her name is, has stink bombed my study. There's no doubt about it. Thank you for suggesting it. But I didn't suggest it, Headmistress. Of course you did. Now what is it you want, Miss Honey? Why are you wasting my time? I
Okay.
came
Okay, Mariam. Now, Miss Trunchbull said that she is the one who put a stink bomb under her desk first thing this morning. The place stank like a sewer. Okay, stink bomb, kind of a bomb. She said that a child put a stink bomb under her desk, and she was thinking that Matilda did it. And that thing was giving a very bad smell, like a sewer pipe from where the all the waste materials is from. It's page number 80 of Reader. page number 80 of Reader. So she says that of course it was her. I shall have her for that. So she was blaming for a thing, everything. She was putting all the blame on Matilda. So she said that Matilda is just like a little worm, and she says that bad girl is dangerous, more dangerous creature than a bad boy. What's more? So it's better to squash the bad girls. Just like you bang down on it and the darn thing isn't there, nasty, dirty things, little girls are. Glad I never one was. And she said that thank God I was never a small girl, a little girl. So Miss Honey said, oh, but you must have been a little girl once. So she said that no, I was not, and not for a long time. I became a woman very completely, quickly. She's completely off her rocker, means she's out of her sense. She was not a sensible woman, Miss Honey told herself. She's balmy. Balmy means crazy, mad. Somebody who is balmy is crazy, mad, like a bad bug. Miss Honey stood resolutely. Resolutely means firmly. Firmly. Firmly means in a determined manner. She wanted to convince Miss Trunchbull that Matilda was a genius and she should be promoted to higher classes. Otherwise, you would be wasting her time. But the headmistress was not paying any attention to what Miss Honey was saying. She was just telling her own story, and she believed that Matilda was a nasty little girl and she was very bad, just like a worm, and she should be beaten up. For once, she was not going to be browbeaten. Browbeaten means bullied. Okay, she means she would not come under the pressure or under the force of Miss Trunchbull. I must tell you, headmistress, that you are completely mistaken about Matilda putting a stink bomb under your desk. I'm never mistaken, Miss Honey. So Miss Honey said that you are mistaken. Matilda arrived in the school only the morning, and she came in the classroom. But Miss Trunchbull didn't believe, and she said to Miss Honey that you are not supposed to argue with me. I know that Matilda put the stink bomb under my desk, and I believe it. There's no doubt about it. I'm 100% sure. And thank you for suggesting it. She said, but I didn't suggest it, headmistress. Of course you did. Now what is it you want, Miss Honey? Why are you wasting my time? Okay. Now who wants to read? Yes, Colleen. Unmute your mic, Colleen.
Oh, but you must have been a little girl once,
Oh no,
headmistress.
from here, it's over here. I came to you, last paragraph. I came to you on the slide, you can see on your screen. I came to you to talk about
I
Matilda,
came,
headmistress.
yes, I came to you talk about Matilda, headmistress. I have extraordinary thing to report about the child. May I
Child.
please tell you what? May I please tell you what happened in class just now? I suppose she set fire to your skirt and scorched your knickers.
Because Miss
Miss
Trunchbull
Trunchbull
snorted.
noted. No, Miss Honey cried out. Matilda is a genius. At the mention of this word, Miss Trunchbull's face turned purple and her whole body seemed to swell up like a bullfrog's. A genius, she shouted. What piffle is this you are talking, madam? You must be out of your mind. I have her father's word for it that the child is a gangster. Her father is wrong, headmistress. Don't don't be a
Twerp,
Miss Honey.
twerp.
Miss Honey, you have met the little beast for only half an hour, and her father has known her all her life. but Miss Honey was determined to have her say and
Determined to have her say.
determined, determined to have her say,
Say.
determined to have her say, and she now began to describe some of the amazing things Matilda had done with arithmetic. So she learned a few tables by heart and she Miss Trunchbull barked, "My dear woman, that doesn't
That
make
doesn't. Hmm.
make her a genius. It makes her a parent. But
Okay. Okay, Kali.
administration
Okay. Okay, okay. Let me explain till here now. Now, what happened? Then Miss Honey said that Miss Trunchbull, I came to you to tell you about Matilda. So before she could say anything further, she said, "Oh, she put a fire on in your skirt or things like that, and she burned your pants, your jeans." But Miss Trunchbull said, so Miss Honey cried, "No, no, no! Matilda is a genius." So at this word, after hearing the word genius, Miss Trunchbull's face turned purple and her whole body seemed to swell up like a bullfrog. "A genius?" she shouted. "What piffle is this you are talking, madam? Piffle means nonsense. What nonsense are you talking? How can that little girl be a genius? You must be out of your mind. Her father said that the child is a gangster and you are calling her a genius." So Miss Honey said that her father must be wrong. "Don't be a twerp." Twerp means a silly person. Don't be silly. Miss Honey, you have met the little Bess right now, and her father has known her all her life. So she said that how can you say that you know her better than her father? But Miss Honey, she was determined. She was standing there firmly. She wanted to convince her. So she wanted to tell her that about the amazing wonders Matilda did with arithmetic. So she's learned a few tables by heart. "My dear woman, that doesn't make her a genius. It makes her a parrot." She says that just like a parrot, she has learned the tables. "But headmistress, she can read. So can I," Miss Trunchbull snapped. Okay, now last two pages. Who wants to read now? Yes, Kinza. Hurry up. Yes, Tabin, start reading. Kinza, unmute your mic, beta. Start reading. It is my opinion. It is
It
my
is,
opinion. Quickly,
it is
quickly.
my it is my opinion, Miss Honey said, that Matilda should be taken out of my form and placed immediately in the top from the 11 years old.
Ha.
Ha, ha, snorted Miss Trunchbull. So you
So,
want to get rid of her, do you? So you can't handle her. So now you want to unload her onto the wretched Miss Plimsoll
Crimson.
in the
In the
top
top
from in the top form where she will cause even more chaos.
chaos. Yes, continue, beta.
No,
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 no.
cried Miss Honey. That is not my reason at all. Oh, yes, it is, shouted Miss Trunchbull. I can see right through your little plot, madam, and my answer is no. Matilda stays where she is, and it is up to you to see that she behaves herself. But, headmistress, please. Not another word, she shouted Miss Trunchbull. And in any case, I have a rule in this school that all children remain in their own age groups, regardless of ability. Great Scott, I am not having a little 5-year-old brigand sitting with the senior girls and boys in the top form. Whoever heard of such a thing? Miss Honey
Brigand
stood
means,
there
beta,
helpless.
write down the meaning of brigand. Brigand is like a member of gangsters. Okay, like a gangster who robs people. That is a brigand. Okay, so first let me explain till here. So Miss Honey said to Miss Trunchbull that I believe that Matilda should be taken out from her class and she should be sitting with the 11 years old. So Miss Trunchbull said, no, I cannot do this thing. You want to send her in Miss Plimsoll class, and where she will cause even more chaos. Chaos means disturbances. Miss Honey said, no, I am not sending her with the 11 years old just for this reason because she's a genius. Miss Trunchbull said, no, 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 this is your plot. You didn't want to keep Matilda in your class because she is a bad girl, and that is why you are sending her in the top form. She said, no, I have a rule in my class, in my school, that all the children have to remain in their own age group regardless of their abilities. And I'm not going to send a 5-year-old robber sitting with the senior girls and boys in the top classes. Nobody have ever heard like this. Yes, continue, beta. Miss Honey.